In the most holy name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, let us begin our session with prayer. Prayer position. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal ladina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim wallah. In the most holy name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. I bear witness that Allah appeared to us in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, and that he raised up the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, his messenger Messiah, and that they gave us the honorable minister Louis Farrakhan, our divine reminder, one, a comforter and guide. Jesus in our midst. I greet you, my brothers and my sisters, with the beating words of peace and of paradise. We say it in Arabic. Assalamu alaikum. And Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem.
And how is everyone feeling this morning?
Doing fine by the grace of Allah and yourself.
I'm feeling fine as well. By Allah's grace, brother, all praise is due to Allah. Okay, so the reading for this morning begins at chapter 15, the rock, ayat 2. Chapter 15, section 1, ayat 2. And this is part 14. So let me begin. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Often will those who disbelieve wish that they were Muslims. Leave them to eat and enjoy themselves, and let false hope beguile them, for they will soon know. And never did we destroy a town, but it had a decree made known. No people can hasten on their doom, nor can they postpone it. And they say, O thou to whom the reminder is revealed, thou art indeed mad. Why bringest thou not the angels to us, if thou art of the truthful? We send no angels but with truth, and then they would not be respited. Surely we have revealed the reminder, and surely we are its guardian. And certainly we sent messengers before thee among the sects of yore, and there never came a messenger to them, but they mocked him. Thus do we make it enter the hearts of the guilty. They believe not in it, and the example of the ancients has gone before. And even if we open to them a gate of heaven, and they keep on ascending into it, they would say, only our eyes have been covered over. Rather, we are an enchanted people.
Section 2. Forces of evil will be destroyed. And certainly we have made strongholds in the heaven, and we have made it fair seeming to the beholders. And we guard it against every accursed devil. But he who steals a hearing, so there follows him a visible flame. and the earth. We have spread it out and made in it firm mountains and caused to grow in it of every suitable thing. And we have made it, and we have made in it means of subsistence for you and for him, for whom you provide not. And there is not a thing, but with us are the treasures of it, and we send it not down, but in a known measure. And we send the wind fertilizing, then we send down water from the clouds. So we give it to you to drink, nor is it you who store it up. And certainly, and surely, it is we who give life and cause death, and we are the inheritors. And certainly, we have known those among you who go forward, and we know, and we certainly know those who lag behind. And surely, their Lord will gather them together. He indeed is wise, knowing.
Section 3, the devil's opposition to the righteous. And surely we created man of sounding clay, of black mud fashioned into shape, and the jinn we created before of intensely hot fire. And when thy Lord said to the angels, I am going to create a mortal of sounding clay, of black mud fashioned into shape. So when I have made him complete and breathed into him of my spirit, fall down, making obeisance to him. So the angels made obeisance, all of them together. But Iblis did it not. He refused to be with those who made obeisance. He said, O Iblis, what is the reason that thou art not with those who make obeisance? He said, I am not going to make obeisance to a mortal whom thou hast created of sounding clay, of black mud fashioned into shape. He said, then go forth, for surely thou art driven away, and surely on thee is a curse till the day of judgment. He said, my Lord, respite me till the time when they are raised. He said, surely thou art of the respited ones, till the period of the time made known. He said, my Lord, as thou hast judged me erring, I shall certainly make evil fair seeming to them on earth, and I shall cause them all to deviate, except thy servants from among them, the purified ones. He said, this is a right way with me. As regards my servants, thou hast no authority over them, except such of the deviators as follow thee. And surely hell is the promised place for them all. It has 7 gates. For each gate is an appointed portion of them.
Section 4. Mercy for the righteous, Abraham. Surely those who keep their duty are in gardens and fountains. Enter them in peace, secure, and we shall root out whatever of rancor is in their breasts as brethren, and raise couches face to face. Toil afflicts them not therein, nor will they be ejected therefrom. Inform my servants that I am the forgiving, the merciful, and that my chastisement, that is the painful chastisement, and inform them of the guest of Abraham. When they entered upon him, they said, peace. He said, we are afraid of you. They said, be not afraid. we give thee good news of a boy possessing knowledge. He said, do you give me good news when old age has come upon me? Of what then do you give me good news? They said, we give thee good news with truth. So be not thou of the despairing ones. He said, and who despairs of the mercy of his Lord, but the erring ones? He said, what is your business? Then, O messengers, they said, we have been sent to a guilty people, except Lot's followers. We shall deliver them all, except his wife. We ordain that she shall surely be of those who remain behind.
Section 5, Lot and Shuaib. So when the messengers came to Lot's followers, he said, surely you are an unknown people. They said, nay, we have come to thee with that about which they disputed, and we have come to thee with the truth, and we are surely truthful. So travel with thy followers for a part of the night, and thyself follow their rear. And let not any one of you turn round and go whither you are commanded. And we made known to him this decree, that the roots of these should be cut off in the morning. And the people of the town came rejoicing. He said, these are my guests, so disgrace me not, and keep your duty to Allah and shame me not. They said, did we not forbid thee from entertaining people? He said, these are my daughters, if you will do aught. By thy life, they blindly wandered on in their frenzy. So the cry overtook them at sunrise. Thus we turned it upside down and rained upon them hard stones. Surely in this are signs for those who take a lesson, and it is on a road that still abides. Verily, therein is a sign for the believers, and the dwellers of the thickets were indeed iniquitous. So we inflicted retribution on them, and they are both on an open high road.
Section 6, Dwellers of the Rock and the Warning. And the dwellers of the rock indeed rejected the messengers, and we gave them our messages, but they turned away from them. And they hewed houses in the mountains in security. So the cry overtook them in the morning, and what they earned availed them not. And we created not the heavens and the earth, and what is between them, but with truth. And the hour is surely coming, so turn away with kindly forgiveness. Surely thy Lord, he is the creator, the knower. And certainly we have given thee 7 oft repeated verses and the Grand Quran. Strain not thine eyes at what we have given certain classes of them to enjoy, and grieve not for them, and make thyself gentle to the believers, and say, I am indeed the plain warner, like as we set down on them who took oaths, those who divided the Quran into parts. So, by thy Lord, we shall question them all as to what they did. Therefore, declare openly what thou art commanded, and turn away from the politics. Surely we are sufficient for thee against the scoffers, those who set up another God with Allah, so they will come to know. And we know indeed that thy breast straightens at what they say. So celebrate the praise of thy Lord, and be of those who make obeisance, and serve thy Lord until there comes to thee that which is served.
Chapter 16, the bee. Section 1. Revelation testifies to by nature. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Allah's commandment will come to pass, so seek not to hasten it. Glory be to him, and highly exalted be he above what they associate with him. He sends down angels with revelation by his command, on whom he pleases of his servants, saying, give the warning that there is no God but me, so keep your duty to me. He created the heavens and the earth with truth. Highly exalted be he above what they associate with him. He created man from a small life germ, and lo, he is an open contender. And the cattle, he has created them for you. You have in them warm clothing and other advantages, and of them you eat. And therein is beauty for you, when you drive them back home, and when you send them out to pasture. And they carry your heavy loads to regions which you could not reach, but with distress to yourselves. Surely your Lord is compassionate, merciful. And he made horses and mules and asses that you might ride upon them as an ornament. And he creates what you know not. And upon Allah it rests to show the right way, and there are some deviating ways. And if he please, he would guide you all aright. Section 2. Nature upholds unity. He it is who sends down water from the clouds for you. It gives drink, and by it grow the trees on which you feed. He causes to grow for you thereby herbage, and olives, and the date palms, and the grapes, and all the fruits. Surely there is a sign in this for a people who reflect. And he has made subservient for you the night and the day, and the sun and the moon, and the stars are made subservient by his command. Surely there are signs in this for a people who understand. And what he has created for you in the earth is of varied hues. Surely there is a sign in this for a people who are mindful. And he it is who has made the sea subservient, that you may eat fresh flesh from it, and bring forth from it ornaments which you wear. And thou seest the ships cleaving through it, so that you seek of its bounty, and that you may give thanks. And he has cast firm mountains in the earth, lest it quake with you, and rivers and the roads that you may go aright, and the landmarks, and by the stars they find the right way. Is he then who creates like him who creates not? Do you not then mind? And if you would count Allah's favors, you would not be able to number them. Surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And Allah knows what you conceal and what you do openly. And those whom they call on besides Allah created not, while they are themselves created. Dead are they, not living, and they know not when they will be raised. Section 3. Denial due to ignorance. Your God is one God. So those who believe not in the hereafter, their hearts refuse to know, and they are proud. Undoubtedly, Allah knows what they hide and what they manifest. Surely he loves not the proud. And when it is said to them, what is it that your Lord has revealed? They say, stories of the ancients, that they may bear their burdens in full on the day of the resurrection, and also of the burdens of those whom they lead astray without knowledge. Ah, evil is what they bear. The wicked will come to disgrace. Section 4. Those before them plotted, so Allah demolished their building from the foundations, so the roof fell down upon them from above them, and the chastisement came to them from whence they perceived not. Then on the resurrection day, he will bring them to disgrace and say, where are my partners, for whose sake you became hostile? Those who are given the knowledge will say, surely disgrace this day, and the evil are upon the disbelievers, whom the angels cause to die while they are unjust to themselves. Then would they offer submission? We did not do any evil. Nay, surely Allah knows what you did. So enter the gates of hell to abide therein. Evil indeed is the dwelling place of the proud. And it is said to those who guard against evil, what has your Lord revealed? They say, good, for those who do good in this world is good, and certainly the abode of the hereafter is better. And excellent indeed is the abode of those who keep their duty. Gardens of perpetuity, which they enter, wherein flow rivers. They have therein what they please. Thus does Allah reward those who keep their duty, whom the angels cause to die in purity, saying, peace be to you. Enter the garden for what you did. Await they aught but that the angels should come to them, or that thy Lord's command should come to pass. Thus did those before them, and Allah wronged them not, but they wronged themselves. So the evil of what they did afflicted them, and that which they mocked encompassed them.
Section 5. Prophets are raised to explain. And idolaters say, had Allah pleased, we had not served aught but him, neither we nor our fathers, nor had we prohibited aught without order from him. Thus did those before them. But have the messengers any duty except a plain delivery of the message? And certainly we raise in every nation a messenger, saying, serve Allah and shun the devil. Then of them was he whom Allah guided, and of them was he whose remaining in error was justly due. So travel in the land, then see what was the end of the rejectors. If thou desirest their guidance, yet Allah will not guide them who leads astray, nor have they any helpers. And they swear by Allah their most energetic oaths. Allah will not raise up him who dies. Yeah, it is a promise binding on him. Quite true, but most people know not, so that he might make manifest to them that about which they differ, and that those who disbelieve might know that they were liars. Our word for a thing, when we intend it, is only that we say to it, be, and it is. Section 6. Doom of opponents is coming, and those who flee for Allah's sake after they are oppressed, we shall certainly give them a good abode in the world, and the reward of the hereafter is much greater, did they but know. Those who are steadfast and on their Lord they rely, And we sent not before thee any but men to whom we sent revelation. So ask the followers of the reminder if you know not, with clear arguments and scriptures. And we have revealed to thee the reminder that thou mayest make clear to men that which has been revealed to them, that haply they may reflect. Are they then who plan evil plans secure that Allah will not abase them in the earth, or that chastisement will not overtake them from whence they perceive not, or that he will not seize them in their going to and fro, then they will not be able to escape, or that he will not seize them with a gradual diminution. Your Lord is surely compassionate, merciful. See they not everything that Allah has created? Its very shadows return from right and left, making obeisance to Allah, while they are in utter abasement. And to Allah makes obeisance every living creature that is in the heavens and that is in the earth, and the angels too, and they are not proud. They fear their Lord above them and do what they are commanded.
Section 7. Hunan, nature revolts against polytheism. And Allah has said, take not two gods. He is only one God. So me alone should you fear. And whatever is in the heavens and the earth is his. And to him is obedience due always. Will you then fear other than Allah? And whatever good you have, it is from Allah. Then, when evil afflicts you, to him do you cry for aid. Then, when he removes the evil from you, lo, some of you associate others with their Lord, so as to deny what we have given them. Then enjoy yourselves, for soon will you know. And they set apart for what they know not, a portion of what we have given them. By Allah, you shall certainly be questioned about that which you forged. And they ascribe daughters to Allah. Glory be to him, and for themselves is what they desire. And when the birth of a daughter is announced to one of them, his face becomes black, and he is full of wrath. He hides himself from the people because of the evil of what is announced to him. Shall he keep it with disgrace or bury it alive in the dust? No, surely evil is what they judge. For those who believe not in the hereafter are evil attributes, and Allah's are the sublime attributes, and he is mighty, the wise. Section 8. Iniquity of deniers. And if Allah were to destroy men for their iniquity, he would not have therein a single creature, but he respites them all till an appointed time. So when their doom comes, they are not able to delay it an hour, nor can they advance it. And they ascribe to Allah what they themselves hate, and their tongues relate the lie that for them is good. Assuredly for them is the fire, and they will be therein abandoned. By Allah, we certainly sent messengers to nations before thee, but the devil made their deeds fair seeming to them. So he is their patron today, and for them is a painful chastisement. And we have not revealed to thee the book, except that thou mayest make clear to them that wherein they differ, and as a guidance and a mercy for a people who believe. And Allah sends down water from above, and therewith gives life to the earth after its death. Surely there is a sign in this for a people who listen.
Section 9, Parable showing the truth of revelation. And surely there is a lesson for you in the cat. We give you to drink of what is in their bellies, from betwixt the feces and the blood, pure milk, agreeable to the drinkers. And of the fruits of the palms and the grapes, you obtain from them intoxicants and good provision. There's surely a sign in this for a people on. And thy Lord revealed to the bee, make hives in the mountains and the trees, and what they then eat up all the fruits and walk in the ways of thy Lord submissively. There comes forth from their bellies a beverage of many hues, in which there is healing for men. Therein is surely a sign for a people. And Allah creates you, then he causes you to die. And of you is he who is brought back to the worst part of life, so that he knows nothing after having knowledge. Surely Allah is knowing, powerful. And Allah has made some of Section 10, recipient of revelation. And Allah has made some of you excel others in the means of subsistence. So those who are made to excel give not away their sustenance to those whom their right hand possesses, so that they may be well therein. Will they then deny the favor of Allah? And Allah has made wives for you from among yourselves, and has given you sons and daughters from your wives, and has provided you with good things. Will they then believe in falsehood and deny the favor of Allah? And they serve besides Allah that which controls for them so sustenance at all from the heavens and the earth, nor have they any power. So coin not simulates for Allah. Surely Allah knows and you know not. And Allah sets forth a parable. There is a slave, the property of another, controlling not, and there is one to whom we have granted from ourselves goodly provisions. So he spends from it secretly and openly. Are the two alike? Praise be to Allah. Nay, most of them know not. And Allah sets forth a parable of two men, one of them dumb, controlling not, and he is a burden to his master, wherever he sends him. He brings no good. Is he equal with him who enjoins justice? And is he on the right path?
Section 11, Punishment withheld. And Allah's is the unseen of the heavens and the earth. And the matter of the hour is but as a twinkling of the eye, or it is a nigher still. Surely Allah is possessor of power over all things. And Allah brought you forth from the wombs of your mothers. You knew nothing, and he gave you hearing and a sight, and hearts that you might give thanks. See they not the birds constrained in the middle of the sky? None withholds them but Allah. Surely in this are signs for a people who believe. And Allah has given you an abode in your houses, and he has given you houses of the skins of cattle, which you find light to carry on the day of your march and on the day of your halting, and of their wool and their fur and their hair, household stuff and a provision for a time. And Allah has made for you of what he has created shelters, and he has given you in the mountains places of retreat, and he has given you garments to save you from the heat, and coats of mail to save you in your fighting. Thus does he complete his favor to you that you may submit. Then if they turn away, thy duty is only clear deliverance of the message. They recognize the favor of Allah, yet they deny it, and most of them are ungrateful. Section 12, Prophets testify. And on the day when we raised up a witness out of every nation, then permission, to offer excuse will not be given to the disbelievers, nor will they be allowed to make amends. And when the wrongdoers see the chastisement, it will not be lightened for them, nor will they be respited. And when those who ascribe to partners to Allah see their associate gods, they will say, Our Lord, these are our associate gods and whom we call besides thee. But they will throw back at them the word, Surely you are liars. And they will tender submission to Allah on that day, and what they use to forge will fail them. Those who disbelieve and hinder men from Allah's way, we will add a chastisement to their chastisement because they made mischief. And on the day when we raise up in every people a witness against them from among themselves, and bring thee as a witness against these. And we have revealed the book to thee, explaining all things, and a guidance, and mercy, and goodness for those who submit.
Section 13, Revelation enjoins good. Surely Allah enjoins justice and the doing of good to others and the giving to the kindred. And He forbids indecency and evil and rebellion. He admonishes you that you may be mindful and fulfill the covenant of Allah. When you have made a covenant and break not the oaths after making them fast, and you have indeed made Allah your surety, surely Allah knows what you do. And be not like her who unravels her yarn, disintegrating it into pieces after she has spun it strongly. You make your oaths to be means of deceit between you because one nation is more numerous than another nation. Allah only tries you by this, and He will certainly make clear to you on the day of resurrection that wherein you differed. And if Allah please, He would make you a single nation, but He leaves in error whom He pleases and guides whom He pleases. And certainly you will be questioned as to what you did. And make not your oaths a means of deceit between you, lest a foot should slip after its stability, and you should taste evil because you hinder men from Allah's ways, and grievous chastisement be your lot. And make not a small price for Allah's covenant. Surely what is with Allah is better for you. Did you but know what is with you passes away, and what is with Allah is enduring, and we shall certainly give to those who are patient their reward for the best of what they did. Whoever does good, whether male or female, and is a believer, we shall certainly make him live a good life, and we shall certainly give them their reward for the best of what they did. So when thou recitest the Quran, seek refuge in Allah from the accursed devil. Surely He has no authority over those who believe and rely on their Lord. His authority is only over those who befriend Him and those who associate others with Him.
Section 14, the Quran is not a forgery. And when we change a message for a message, and Allah knows best what He reveals, they say, Thou art only a forger. Nay, most of them know not. Say, the Holy Spirit has revealed it from thy Lord with truth, that it may establish those who believe, and as a guidance and good news for those who submit. And indeed, we know that they say, only a mortal teaches him. The tongue of him whom they hint at is foreign, and this is a clear Arabic language. Those who believe not in Allah's messages, Allah guides them not, and for them is a painful chastisement. Only they forge lies who believe not in Allah's messages, and they are the liars. Whoso disbelieves in Allah after his belief, and he who is compelled, while his heart is content with faith, but he who opens his breast for disbelief, on them is the wrath of Allah, and for them is a grievous chastisement. That is because they love this world's life more than the hereafter, and because Allah guides not the disbelieving people. These are they whose hearts and the ears and the eyes Allah has sealed, and these are the heedless ones. No doubt that in the hereafter they are the losers. Then surely thy Lord, to those who flee after they are persecuted, then struggle hard and are patient, surely thy Lord after that is protecting, merciful.
Section 15. Fate of the opponents. On the day when every soul will come pleading for itself, and every soul will be paid in full what it has done, and they will not be dealt with unjustly. And Allah sets forth a parable, a town safe and secure, to which its means of subsistence came in abundance from every quarter. But it disbelieved in Allah's favors, so Allah made it taste a pall of hunger and fear because of what they wrought. And certainly there came to them a messenger from among them, but they rejected him. So the chastisement overtook them while they were wrongdoers. So eat of what Allah has given you, lawful and good things, and give thanks for Allah's favor, if He it is you serve. He has forbidden you only what dies of itself, and blood and the flesh of swine, and that over which any other name than that of Allah has been invoked. But whoever is driven to it, not desiring nor exceeding the limit, then surely Allah is forgiving, merciful. And utter not, for what your tongues describe the lie. This is lawful and this unlawful, so that you forge a lie against Allah. Surely those who forge a lie against Allah will not prosper. A little enjoyment, and for them is a painful chastisement. And to those who are Jews, we prohibited what we have related to thee already. And we did them no wrong, but they wronged themselves. And surely thy Lord, for those who do evil in ignorance, then turn after that and make amends. Surely thy Lord after that is forgiving, merciful.
Section 16, the way to greatness. Surely Abraham was a model of virtue, obedient to Allah, upright, and he was not of the polytheist. Grateful for his favors, he chose him and guided him on the right path. And we gave him good in this world, and in the hereafter he is surely among the righteous. Then we revealed to thee, follow the faith of Abraham, the upright one, and he was not of the polytheist. The Sabbath was ordained only against those who differed about it. And surely thy Lord will judge between them on the day of resurrection concerning that wherein they differed. Call to the way of thy Lord with wisdom and goodly exhortation, and argue with them in the best manner. Surely thy Lord knows best him who strays from his path, and he knows best those who go aright. And if you take your turn, then punish with the like of that with which you were afflicted. But if you show patience, it is certainly best for the patient. And be patient, and thy patience is not but by the help of Allah. And grieve not for them, nor be in distress for what they plan. Surely Allah is with those who keep their duty and those who do good to others. Amen.
Glory be to Allah. Alhamdulillah. Praise be to Allah. So we have completed the reading of part 14, and we begin our day of fast, day 14. So we are almost half of the fast in the month already. Praise be to Allah. But the journey is not over. The struggle continues. The exercise continues. The mercy extends. The blessing extends. I say mercy. I say blessings, because there is good in this, if we but knew. And there is great good in us fasting during this month of Ramadan. Not just good, but great good. There are blessings to be had when we complete this fast, internally and externally. Meaning that we would have strengthened our will. We would have built our resistance. We would have disciplined ourselves to another level. And externally, meaning that we are in tune with the originator of the heavens and the earth, in tune with nature, connected to the God. And this is what we desire, dear brothers and sisters. We desire nearness to Allah. Today is what is referred to as Good Friday. It is a Good Friday for us. Indeed, even in us participating in this great month of Ramadan. Yesterday I was with a brother and a sister, and on our way of separation, the brother said, "A happy Easter." And I said, "And a happy Easter to you as well, my brother." I would not say, "And an happy Easter." I wouldn't say that. And I would not say, "I am not into the Easter thing." No, I would not say that. You know why? Because I'm definitely into the Easter thing. I'm definitely into changing off the old clothing for the new clothing. I'm definitely into shedding the old garment for the new garment, as we are in spring, as we enter spring after fall. So after shedding the old and the taking on the new, and as we reiterate over and over again, killing the old man, as Paul says, I die daily. The old man dies daily until he is buried, and there is no room for him to rise up into the self, to manifest that demon of the self. I can tell you, dear brothers and sisters, the old man is not dead for me. What you mean, Brother Clive, and you the student minister? Isn't the old man supposed to be dead for you? Maybe yes, But I'm telling you, he's not. So I have to work to kill him. And there is no force outside of myself that can kill that old man, that sinless self, that sinful self, pardon me, but myself. So I have to work on me. I have to work on self. And how do I work on self? Through the process, through the fire, through the beating. And I don't want Allah to beat me in a form of chastisement. So I would rather to beat myself and purify myself than enter into the fire. So during this 30 days, the first 10 days of mercy, the second 10 days of forgiveness, saying it like some of the scholars say it, and the last 10 days, security from the fire. Because when the fire comes, dear brothers and sisters, it doesn't come easy. And we will see the fire burning. And I'm not talking about just bombs dropping in Ukraine. And I'm not talking about just persons who may get vaccinated and then develop all kinds of complications and then end up dying or end up being crippled or end up with all kind of sickness and illnesses. I'm not just talking about those are limited compared to what we will see. Know of a surety that we are in the day of judgment. And the scripture teaches us that in the day of judgment, there will be many calamities. But also it predicts famine and the pestilence. How does a man who does not know how to abstain from food for one day sustain himself in a famine? As compared to a man who can abstain from food for days, even though he has food, even though food may be in the refrigerator. And if you cut off the refrigerator, he's learning how to can. Or the sisters, the MGT, are learning how to can. And by canning, so they can can their food and keep their food. Not in a container with BPA that will make you sick ultimately down the line, but properly canned and kept, even without a refrigerator. And now Brother Anwar used to tell us, Brother David, that one day you will have to learn to cook your food without having the neighbor smell it. It's possible that we may see that day in our lifetime, where we may have to cook our food. It's not that we are mean now and niggardly and don't want the neighbor to get any of the food, but we don't want the neighbor running in with no gun and telling us, hey, give me that food. Because we may just see that time. So dear brothers and sisters, let's hold fast to the fast. And let me close with reading from Corinthians 10, 1 Corinthians 10 and verse 12. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth take heed, lest he fall. And I want to read also from Romans 12 and verse 12. Romans 12 and verse 12. Rejoicing in hope and patient in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. That sounds to me like Ramadan. So no matter how hard it is, let us sustain and let us maintain by Allah's grace and mercy. Don't give up, family. Keep on pushing. Keep on keeping on. Let us close our session with a word of prayer. Prayer position. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. As-siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghayril maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. Assalamu alaikum, family.
Salam.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Alaikum salam.
Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan